संभाल उमर जाएंगे ले संभाल के तेरा हो
Assalamu alaikum, good evening. My name's Mohammed Amin and I'm here to cover the another session of the community show. Tonight is my first night, so it's my inaugural session. I'll be pleased that you'll follow me, listen to me, and inshallah you'll enjoy the conversation I will have with a special guest tonight. Before I start, further ado, I will cover off the basic points and inshallah we'll go straight into our conversation. Right, today is Radio Aapke Awaaz and the web address is www.aapkeawaaz.co.uk. If you would like to call into the station, it's 0121 682 9735. You can pick it up on the Radio Garden app as well. And if you want to support our programs, the management here at Radio Aapke Awaaz and Ikram Mirza will be gladly able to talk to you. Give them a ring on 07944 808 141. Before I go into the program, as you know, COVID-19 is a big issue for our community, every community in the whole of the world. And what I like to do is cover off the points, especially relating to the UK. As you know, COVID-19 has been a big issue in the last 12 months. And unfortunately, whilst we've got easing of lockdown and 21st of June is the big date, we still have to take precaution. And the main reason for that is, with all the information that's coming out today, it appears that due to the Indian variant this time, COVID-19 is still on the rise. So we have to make sure we follow the guidelines, and the usual guidelines are washing your hands regularly, wearing your face masks when you're out in the shopping area, and obviously make sure that you keep your 2-meter distances. Furthermore, please make sure you take advantage of the free vaccination service in the UK. Any further information, obviously, speak to a medical practitioner, speak to your doctor. It's very important that you get vaccinated. And this week, I understand the vaccination rollout is going to people who are 30 plus. So anybody with no medical conditions, 30 plus, and I think over the next few weeks it will go down to 25 plus. This is very, very important. Please get your vaccination sorted. Now moving on to our special guest. We always talk about people, we always talk about celebrities, we always talk about local issues. I'm very privileged this evening to be with a lady called Salma. Salma, be bless her, she's absolutely dedicated to a particular sport, and she is really an inspiration to Asian women, Pakistani women, more importantly, Kashmiri women. And I will pass you over to her to cover the main points. However, there's one thing I would like you to bear in mind. She's actually been awarded a BEM. Now, BEM, it is a British Empire Medal. I'll cover that a bit later on, and that is effectively a Queen's Medal for services to the community. I'll move over to Salma. Salman, good evening, welcome to the show, and thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you for having me. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. It's a pleasure being on the show. Assalamu alaikum. Let's do that again. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Salma, what I would like to do is have a conversation with you this evening and look at how you developed into the role, what you've done, how you've inspired our Asian ladies, and let's roll the clock back from the beginning. What made you to go into cricket? What was the inspirational factor that said, yes, I want to play cricket?
When you're from an Asian family, it's so much easier to get clinged onto a sport like cricket. You know, you grow up watching World Cup being played on the TV. I just remember playing in the garden with my brothers, my dad. My dad comes from a sporty background, so it's so much easier that I was there to make up the number for the team, but I just created this passion for it. I thought, oh, this is amazing. But I grew up knowing that I'm just watching men play cricket. I had no idea women play cricket. And I think later in the years, I trained myself to bowl spin. I used to watch Shane Warne play cricket, and I thought, you know, he can do that. Why can't I do that? What's the difference between me and me and a player like him? When I went to a girls' girls' school, we played a girls' cricket game, and it was against Derby. It was just there when there was a county coach that recognised me. He advised to my teacher and said, she needs to play for county. And I just remember saying, what's county? I've never heard of that. And I got selected for Warwickshire County at that point, but unfortunately I didn't go on. It was a learning curve for me because I wasn't ready. I come from a background where I didn't have sports drilled into me at all times. I didn't even have proper kit when I turned up for the net sessions. After that rejection, I trained and I played for a lot of club games. I improved my cricket, and I think it was in 2009 when I made history when I trialled for Worcestershire County. I was the first Asian Muslim girl to play for Worcestershire County. And it was at that point, made history, didn't look back. 2009, I got the British Asian Sports Awards. Wow. This was the same platform where Amir Khan got his first award. People like Denise Lewis came up to me and said, Salma, what you're doing, don't stop it, because there's a lot of girls that are going to be watching you. It's been difficult. It's been a lonely journey because you're an Asian girl. It's not something that everyone can talk about. It's difficult for your family because at one point you're playing sports in your school hours, and then on a Sunday you're asking your dad, can you drop me off to a county game, and I'm going to spend my whole day there. It's going to be evening before I come home. And that's when it's a culture, barriers.
Can I just stop you there?
Yeah.
A lot of questions are going through my mind while I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about it. Yes, within an Asian family, and she wants to go play cricket, and on a Sunday, whereas traditionally it's always our family events, family dues, and traditionally there's always family weddings and whatever.
Yeah.
And also, it's not just you want to play cricket on a Sunday. There's training involved, so it's a serious amount of dedication that's involved, and it's a serious amount of time, effort, and obviously you're there at the optimum level now. And going back, it's easy, we can visit the scene or whatever. But what I was looking at is you played for Worcestershire, and then also I looked at the fact that being part of an Asian women cricket team, you're actually the first Asian umpire as well. And that is something like yet another level. Again, I associate cricket with, I played cricket and I associate cricket with, it comes to the point where, I've had enough now, and I quite like just hanging around, like counting my balls in my stones and think, yeah, right, okay. But you've actually achieved that at this level as well. And then also, more importantly, our viewers and listeners will be able to understand that the fact that you've got all these levels, but furthermore, you're also a senior cricket coach as well. And I think, hang on a minute, this lady's list just carry on. And I thought, okay, let me stop there and let me have a look at back. And then I realised, hang on a minute, you're a mother. You're an Asian mother, you're a working mother, and I thought, how do you fit all that in your week?
I think, like you mentioned about the challenges in the past, when I was going through the whole stages of playing for county, it wasn't only I was dealing with my family pressure, I was dealing with the team, because sometimes you're not even selected for the games and you're sitting on the bench for the whole session. You had to make your mark when they give you like 2 overs and take a wicket. My aim was, I need to get my name on that scorecard. From there, I realised one thing. I thought, if I was a bit younger and I had some support from somebody to say, if you played for this club or you got into this right setup, you probably have played for England. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to create that pathway. I'm going to learn from this journey, and I want to be at that position where tomorrow I can bring the next Asian talent coming forward. And alhamdulillah, that's what I enjoyed. I knew the rules of cricket, so I went for my umpiring course. It was a 10-week course. I was the only Asian girl on that course. Then my coaching, I just loved coaching. Always seeing young kids at schools, it was difficult. I saw young girls where their parents would deny them playing after school. I would knock their doors and say to the parents, look, I'm an Asian coach, I'm a female, and please let them come along because I can see a lot of potential in them.
Again, when I was doing some research on you, that's the other thing I thought was fascinating, because if somebody in the community says, yeah, you know, there's some coaching going on, let your daughter go out. We said, Pakistani community, Asian community, Kashmiri community, no chance. And then the fact that you come and knocking on the door, and automatically that door will open wide, and you know they embrace you with grace to say, yes, my daughter is being taught. But more importantly, the other positive thing about it is that the fact that people do not realise that doing sport activities and doing activities enhances your daily life. It de-stresses you, obviously your fitness. And you know, some people who know me and think, oh gosh, yeah, Amin's all right, he's on the radio, he's talking about it. But you know, if you ask me on a weekend, do you want to do this? I say, yeah, my sport is, you know, not that I want to mention today, but he's like, my sport is just sitting at home watching the cricket, watching my economic programs, and watching, like, well, unfortunately, like Villa Man United didn't do very well yesterday for Man United fans, but that's the way life goes with football. Exactly. And that just suddenly becomes part of your culture, whereas you have just been active, and you haven't given that up. And also, what you've also got to understand is you've actually got a day job as well. Tell me a bit about your day job.
Well, the day job came when I was doing my sports, like, let's just go back, where sports gave me a discipline, gave me goals in life, and I always thought I want to achieve something. In my family, I was the first to go to university. I remember applying for university, not even knowing my dad's going to let me go. I got in and I said to my dad, this is my start date. If you are not happy, you can tell me now, but I want to do something in my life. I know I've had to battle where I'm playing sports, but now I want to get a degree, I want to graduate, and I want to have a career, and give me this chance. And he said, okay, you know, I'm going to support you. And my family were very supportive, and they were proud that I picked a course where related to a lot to my personal reasons, and I went for nursing. I'm a specialist hemodialysis nurse now. Almost 11 years of working in dialysis units and a main hospital. I love every minute of it. Nursing itself, the job, gave me the finance to play my sports, because sports doesn't always pay unless you get sponsored or unless you play for England, and that's when you're getting paid. So that's something that, yes, people do miss out. They think, oh, what do you get at sports, and you're wasting your time. But I think I had to prove that I'm achieving a lot on the way. I'm now almost got 10 national awards. I've stood alongside a lot of, you know, great celebrities. I've gained that respect. Having that platform gave me the chance to also set up my own community interest company. So I'm a director for Sporting Pathways. I set it up with a young girl who also was an ex-England goalkeeper. So it's like we've come from a background, we played high-level sports, high-level competitive sports, but we wanted to get girls into playing sports and coming along to a one-day event, not only just to play sports itself, but to meet new friends, to learn from each other, to create that pathway so they can get into careers that involve sports or something that was positive for them. A lot of the times I had girls when they said, we've got domestic violence going on at home and mental health, depression was an issue, but when they came out and did something active, they loved every minute of it because it got away from all that at home.
And again, what you got to understand is, especially in our Asian community, anxiety and depression is a very, very big issue. And thanks to our doctors in our community, what they have been doing is giving you antidepressants to get rid of that issue. But what you've tried to achieve is, through sport, people can easily gain confidence, gain self-esteem, and also, effectively, it's a stress reliever.
Oh, yes, it is. And it's the best way to be. I've always loved every minute of doing it. I used to be on beta blockers at one point, and my doctor said to me, go and do something like sports. And I remember I thought, yes, this is why I've got this adrenaline rush. This is why I always want to play under pressure. It gave me such a great feeling. I've come a long way where I've had other Asian girls take part in sports. I know a young girl who played in Pakistan. She came and represented Scotland. Then she needed guidance, and I supported her, picking her up, dropping her off to games. And again, it's this opportunity. I got my younger sisters to play. My younger sister, she played for Warwickshire County and in the under 15 levels. The other one, she played 11-a-side football. So we encourage other sports as well. When I did my events, we did indoor T10 Cricket World Cup, we did dodgeball, and we did futsal, which is 5-a-side football. And we set a world record where we played 10 hours straight. We beat our own records by 20 hours. Again, I'm inviting girls all over the country, and girls came from Manchester, Wales, London, and these girls came for that one day, and the feedback that I got was saying that, oh, Salma, please do more of these. It's difficult because you are applying for funding, you don't always get the sponsors. A lot of people are hesitant to give women that chance to play sports, but I guess when I've raised my profile, it's been easier for me overall now to get a lot more girls involved.
And that's what when I was doing the research, I was looking at your profile and I was looking at what you've gained and what you've achieved in this very, very short space of time. And that's why I was looking at, well, over 15 years, you've been recruiting teenage girls and young women, and you've coached about 1,000 young ladies, with over 4,000 being involved through your CIC as well. So that again is a massive achievement. Now, moving on to say, right, how did it feel when you got that letter to be notified that you will get the BEM?
Amazing. You know, when you look back at everything and now you say that I'm a mother and I've got my kids, and I think, wow, I've set that legacy. My kids at home look at my trophies and medals and say, Mommy, wow, what you're doing. And I always encourage them with good words and say, yes, you're going to be a champion one day.
As you said, you've got those 10 awards, and then the BEM comes onto the table. Viewers, listeners, BEM in the UK is a British Empire medal. Now, this is a medal that's awarded by Her Majesty the Queen, and it's awarded for people who've done hands-on service in the community and through voluntary work and innovative work, and more importantly, have made a difference in the community. And Salma is a classic example of that. And furthermore, she's an ambassador for the game of cricket for ladies, and that's what really inspired me. And one of the other things I was looking into was, okay, you're a Kashmiri girl, and your roots come from Azad Kashmir, our homeland and our motherland, and it was even inspired me because I thought that is fantastic. So tell me a bit about the support that you offer back home.
What we've been doing, I love going back home. Always loved my homeland. So proud of Azad Kashmir. I got really good support when they found out about my Queen's Honours. It's the last 3 years now, me and my husband, we've set up a Al Fazl ambulance. Al Fazl is my granddad. Wow. And it was after their name. Initially, we wanted a project where we were going to open a school. Yeah. It was difficult to run that project. But when I look back, and I said to my husband, I have a medical background and I want to do something, what is it that we struggle in other areas? He did say, look, a lot of the people in the community, when they've got casualties, somebody needs to get rushed to the hospital, we don't have access to transport. And we decided, you know what, we're going to provide a state-of-the-art ambulance with oxygen, a stretcher, there's going to be somebody who's first aid trained. And it's amazing that every day when he gets calls about, now we've taken this person all the way to Islamabad, or it's to a hospital, or there's somebody that's passed away and they've respectfully brought them back. It's a great honour.
So again, through your passion for cricket, you've done some charity work, you've done voluntary work in the UK, and then some of that charity work has gone back to the motherland in Azad Kashmir. MashaAllah, that's again yet another lovely achievement to say you haven't forgot the homeland. We haven't forgot the homeland. I've just over here. Something in my mind was ticking over to say, you said you've not got the experience for setting up a school. Well, I can probably put you in the right direction because there's a team, mashallah, is doing some substantial achievement work in the city of Mirpur, and we can talk about that later. One of the things that again that I like to revisit is We talked about cricket. We talked about your passion for cricket. Commonwealth Games is coming, right? And the 2022 Commonwealth Games, and City of Birmingham is going to host that. And there's going to be cricket T20. Will there be a cricket team for women?
Yes, there will. You've got international countries like England, India,
Wow.
New Zealand, Australia, and there's a new tournament called the 100, if you've not heard of it.
Yeah.
The men are all selected, and then you've got the women coming as well. And
okay.
there's some players that, I mean, even now, county level, everyone is sponsored. It's amazing to see how far cricket has come. I followed the girls quite a lot. When you played MCC and you played alongside ex-England players, you know them, and it's great to know that, you know, they know you, and it's a great setup in that way. Just going back to the BEM, I don't think I would have achieved that if I just thought, oh, I'm going to play for England or I'm going to play for Pakistan and that's it. I'm just going to do it for myself. Where all this has come from is when I started doing for others. And then that's where it all falls back, where now recently the Commonwealth Games, they selected out of 300 applications, 14 hometown heroes, and alhamdulillah,
I saw your entry and I thought, yet another fantastic achievement.
Yes,
She's
just
got
getting better.
she's got a Brummie name on the platform, and she's a hometown hero. And then it was really an inspiration again to me to see you there, along with a couple of other Birmingham celebrities.
Amazing role models. I'm so impressed with them. I've been in contact with the girls, and I think they are just doing amazing. And again, you just give them words of encouragement. You tell them, keep doing what you're doing, because you're uplifting me, and it's just great. Then that helps me to keep going and doing what I'm doing for others. So yes, now I'm a hometown hero. Amazing achievement. And even like it was so great to see that my daughter's school had recognized the profile, and they were like, wow, you know, we need you to come into the school. And if you think, that's my child in that school, how proud they will be to see mommy is something and achieving something.
That again is a massive achievement.
Yeah, and it's again, I just remind people, not because I was Asian, you know, I got this far. I was just someone who wanted to achieve something. I wanted to do something different in my life, but at the same time to prove my family what I'm doing is not wrong. And this is what we always want to tell girls, that if you want to go get something, go get it.
Excellent.
Don't wait for anyone to tell you, or don't let people discourage you, because that will come along the way. I was always criticized. A lot of people said, you're never going to be a game winner. You're not going to be someone who stands out. What's different in you? We can find someone better than you. I was under a lot of pressure. I had anxiety. I would talk to myself before a game. I would get out for zero and think, what is wrong with me? And it's under pressure. You have people that are putting up and bullying you, or racism attacks. This happens, and it's something that you actually have to mentally prepare yourself, because if you want to get that far, then get ready to take the battles, and once you can get past them, then inshallah it looks easier when you get to the top.
It's lovely.
How many times have you been out on zero?
A few times. I'm actually an off-spin bowler. I'm not gonna lie, but I think the times when I've hit runs, it's been amazing. I go in and bat really quick. My teammates know that, and I just go in and, you know, under pressure. I love it. I love my T20 cricket style, but bowling, I can bowl the googly, the back of the hand, and off-spin bowling.
Off-spin's your speciality, isn't
That's
it?
my speciality.
I
can
that was
bowl
your
all
specialty.
day.
MashaAllah.
Sarah from Liverpool wants to know, when you said 100, what is 100 in cricket? Explain, is that 100 ball cricket game going to be at Commonwealth?
It is, yes. So it is 100 balls. It's a new way, so they're not overs. If you think about it, 10 overs is 60 and then 40. So it is about 13 overs in total. 14 overs. And it's quite quick pace. It's trying to attract the younger crowd, but you're going to have big names.
Okay.
They're going to play against each other, and it's going to be a 100 ball game. Yeah.
There's quite a few comments from our global listeners.
In fact, they're watching from Pakistan.
MashaAllah.
India.
MashaAllah.
Wow. Brilliant.
I would like to thank everybody who's made some comments. For those who are smiling, Saiba, thank you very much for your lovely comment. Mohammed Iqbal Anjum
From India.
from India, mashallah, really lovely comment. Thank you very much, sir.
Mohammed Aurangzeb from Azad Kashmir.
Mohammed Aurangzeb from Azad Kashmir. So there you are.
I appreciate the support.
Flying the flag
so
in
much,
Azad
guys.
Kashmir, and he's actually like sending you a thumbs up, and he's saying fantastic. So there
Thank
you
you
are.
so
You see.
much. Thank you.
Maniji is from Rata, Azad Kashmir.
There you
Wow.
are. There's another one from Azad
You know,
Kashmir.
a lot of the comments I
Abdul
used to
Qayyum
get.
Ansari Saab, again, he's another one of our colleagues, and again, he's from Mirpur Azad Kashmir.
He's a retired umpire.
I
Partly.
was just going to say, he's actually
I think
playing
I
the
probably
park.
have come across them.
Probably.
And he has been a cricket player, but now he does the umpiring at a very good level. Mohammed Vikas Saab, Assalamu alaikum. Amjad Mirza Saab, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much. I think one of the things what really inspired me was the fact that you achieved everything at this level. And you mentioned your 10 awards, and then try to get the British Empire Medal. This is Her Majesty's the Queen's Medal to services to the community, and it's like, right, okay, she's achieved a lot in her time, and I thought, where do you see the future lies for Salma? Like a Sky presenter, or a pundit, a cricket pundit? Or where do you see yourself as the future
There's
lies?
so many routes now. I can continue my nursing.
Mashallah.
I can go into commentary. I can do host like yourself, inspire, raise profiles. There's so much out there. And again, I've made that setup so it's so easier. Or I can look back and say, okay, get someone to write a book about me, and that's it. I'm grateful for that. So.
And then you mentioned earlier on about going to schools and talking to people, and how did you find the schools saw your approach as going in and trying to be an inspiration to the women?
I've gone into presentations, assemblies, and they've done cricket week or sports week, and again teaching them about being healthy. I think a lot of it is when I do talk about my sports journey, I always at the end say, oh guys, as a full-time job, I'm a nurse. And that always shocks a lot of the teachers and think, wow, you do all this sports, but then at the same time you've got a job that actually is looking after people, and they're relying on you. These are vulnerable patients.
And to be quite honest with you, that's where I started from. And I looked at your history, I looked at what you've achieved, and I thought, hang on a minute, let's go backwards here. This is what this lady does as part of her day job. She's got a family, she's got a mother, and she does this, and she runs a CIC. And I thought, this is, multi-skilled lady, multi-established lady, and she's trying to still come out with innovation in our community work, and especially convince the Asian community there is a future for our ladies out there.
Let's hope so. Inshallah. I mean, I know it's been a battle. I mean, people like you are educated, you are forward thinking, and you want to see positive people, and I hope that's what I can do in the community. Not everyone will agree. I've gone into presentations where I'm talking about sports and nobody's interested, like, why is this girl here?
And again, you alluded to it earlier on with your university application form. Again, within the Asian culture, there was always this thing that, it's all right, educate your lads and what have you, but there was this big taboo in the community to educate your daughters. And then as soon as you talk about university applications, and as soon as you talk about university, it's like no go. It doesn't happen in the community. But again, that's such a massive achievement, because going to university is not easy. But life becomes a lot easier for you after you've achieved that. And this is where, especially our Pakistani Kashmiri community, always had this barrier. Mashallah, things are changing, things are getting for the better. But again, you see, when you start thinking about it, you go into hospitals, and we'd like a Pakistani Kashmiri nurse, Indian nurse, we'd like a lady, look at, our ladies would like a lady, our ladies would like the doctors. Things are getting better, but then we're not pushing it at going back to cricket, at grassroots level.
I had a small project called This Girl Can, or Get Her in the Game. And in that project, we raised profile of young girls, local, playing sports and doing something amazing, but no one is talking about them. There was a young girl that got selected for the States playing football in the USA at the age of 16. It was difficult at that time because the parents said, no, she's not going to go. No way there is, because she's an Asian girl. What's she going to do then in America? Over time, we helped to raise the profile. We got her a PR team going where we got her having interviews, did media work with her. When the family got this feedback, and even from other immediate family members saying, oh, we saw your daughter in the papers and we heard her on the radio, they were actually taken back and said, you know what, we're proud of our daughter. She has actually done something that is quite positive and people are talking good about it. They turned around and said to their daughter, well, if that opportunity came now for you to go and play in the States, we would push you. So I guess sometimes they are scared. We understand your family, your parents are there to protect you. They won't think bad of you, and I guess they would never want to take opportunities away from you. But it's just that getting out of that comfort zone, taking that first step, and realizing actually everything that they're doing is not always going to be wrong. Let your girls do what they want to do in life. You support them, nurture them in the right direction with the fear of Allah. Inshallah, they will come back and make a name for you.
Listeners, मैं तो फिलहाल जरा इंग्लिश विच रेहा गलबात करी रहा सा तो मैं आख्या जी थोड़ी जी है ना तुसा की अपनी पहाड़ी ज़बान विच भी मैं बाहर है इतना ना होया कि पूरा अंग्रेजी बोलना रहा असाने भरा जड़े ना आज़ाद कश्मीर विचों इंडिया चों पाकिस्तान विचों जड़े इंडिया विचों जड़े पंजाबी समझते हैं भाई साहब थोड़ा जा मुझे माजरत देना कि असा जड़ी इसा वजह करी रही कि एक कम्यूनिटी नहीं सारी कम्यूनिटी वास्ता है जड़ी असा जड़ा ये प्रोग्राम करी रही इसा मारे करी रही कि तुसा की दसा कि इंग्लैंड ये कुछ हो रही है तुसा अपने मुल्का विच इ'यै कुछ भी करी सकते हो ये इंग्लैंड ने फायदा है कि इत्थै थोड़ी आज़ादी है असां जो कोई मर्जी करा विद इन जेह्ड़े घरें ने हालात मामले ने सब कुछ करी सकने आं ते एह् सलमा साहबा हमारे नाल बैठी हैं अज्ज इन्हां नाल जेह्ड़ी मैं गलबात करी रहा इंग्लिश विच गलबात कीती है थोड़ी तुसें अपनी ज़बान विच मैं दस्सां कि इन्हां की जेह्ड़ा ना 10 वोट तो बक मिलने ना और अलावा गल है इन्हां की जेह्ड़ा बड़ा वोट मिलेआ ना कि असां जेह्ड़ी है ना मालका जी क्वीन है क्वीन एलिजाबेथ II उसने तरफों जड़ा एक किस्म का नाम मिलया वो नाम है इस इंग्लिश आख रहे हैं कि BEM ब्रिटिश एम्पायर मेडल ये हर बंदे की नहीं देना कि माड़े जे बंदे की दई उड़न वाले लेबल लगी गया कि जी इसकी जड़ा ना एक जड़ा बोलिया रेडियो पर इसकी दई उड़ो ना ये जड़ा ना मेहनत करने वाली गल है ये मेहनत करी के ना टाइम देना पड़ा कौम की टाइम देना पड़ा कौम ना कम करना पड़ा मुफ्ता ना कौम की कम करना पड़ा तो जड़ा कम भी करो ना अगर तकड़े कि इस कम में किया हुआ है नतीजा इस कम ना क्या हुआ जेड़े बंदियां नहीं जी हालत इस चेंज कीतियां ना इस बंदे कीतियां कि नहीं पूरा जड़ा ना वो पैनल डिसाइड करना ये नहीं मुल्का वाला साहब है कि जी फार्म फिल करी होता है सिफारिश तुसा की दे रही हो एक काम हो जाना इस तरह नहीं है इस प्रॉपर जड़ा है ना इतना UK विच प्रोसेस है सलमा थोड़ी जी तुसा की अपनी ज़बान विच मैं थोड़ी जी गलबात कर सा कि आपस इंग्लिश विच मैं थोड़ी तुसें की कीती है कि अगेन जनी फिर मैं तुसा की जड़ी अगे हुन पिछे जे मैं गल कीती सी कि तुसा मिकी दसो कि असां जड़े अपने माँ बाप की क्या भाई मैसेज पहुँचाई सकने हाँ कि भी तुसा अपने बच्चियां की किस तरह जड़ा माशाल्लाह माँ बाप ने फर्ज होना बच्चे की तरबियत देना ना पढ़ाने ना शादी करने ना यार इंसान ने फर्ज है पर तुसा क्या समझने हो केड़े असां जड़ा ना एरिया विच असां सही तरह जड़ा बच्चियां की जड़ा तवज्जो ना देने स्पोर्ट्स के बारे
जिस तुसा मसला ये दिता सी जे इस मुल्क च सहूलतां इस चीज़ा असां की बहुत फायदा उठाना चाहिए ना जे इस मुल्क इस सहूलतां जे असा इंग्लिश बच्चियां नाल बराबरी ना करा फिर असा ने आपू बच्चे असा लगे पीछे करने पे जे माँ प्यो आखने जे उन्हें सकी अस्पताल अपॉइंटमेंट जो लो लैटर असा नहीं पढ़ी किने तुसा पढ़ी किने हो अपने बच्चे की पढ़ाने हो उन्हें की तुसा आने फिर दुनिया नाल लड़ो दुनिया नाल अगे टुरो बिकॉज एंड ऑफ द डे मौ भी ना बनसी है इंशाल्लाह उन्हें की खुशी हो सी जिले अपनी तुसनी पुत्र या तुसनी ती कार अवार्ड आनसी मी पता है जिले में लंदन जाइता है अवार्ड्स में लबने सन या लोड्स ने खेलनी सा मैं गोड़ियां नाल मारे मुकाबले सन इतने बड़े ना सन कोई कुसा नहीं सोचा सी जे मैं सलमा ने ना गया जैसी है इस तरह होना सी बस इस तरह जाइता अपने एक पॉइंट बनाना उत्था करना या एक बंदा ट्राई करना सी जे अपनी तरफों इतनी स्पोर्ट कार जो नहीं लब्बी सी इतनी सहूलतां नहीं सन फिर भी असा मेहनत करी तो अगे टुरी किन्ने आई थिंक ये सारी स्टोरी होनी है बिकॉज वो लोग ग्रामर स्कूल जाने उन्ना की चंगे किट लबनी हर चीज स्पॉन्सर्ड होई हुई होनी ਉਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ की आजादी ਨਾਲ ਜਿਆ ਹਨੇ अपॉर्चुनिटीज पर ਇਹ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੱਕਿਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ की इतनी पुश करने प्रेशर ने ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਖੇਡਣਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਮ ਉਹ ਬੱਚਾ ਆਪੋ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਹੋਈ ਜਾਣਾ ਨੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਜੇ ਅਸਾਂ ਮੁਕਾਬਲੇ ਕਰਾਂ ਅਸਾਂ ਕੀ ਇੰਜੋਇਮੈਂਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਪਿਆ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂ ਕੁਸਲਾ ਫਿਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਬੱਚੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਿਸਣਾ ਹੈ ਕੋਈ ਟੈਲੈਂਟ ਹੋਣਾ ਕੋਈ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਚ ਹੋਣਾ ਐਕੈਡੈਮਿਕ ਉਨੀ ਇਤਨਾ ਕਰੀ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਲਿਖਾਈ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਤਨੇ ਤੇਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਬੱਚੇ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ की फिजिकल ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਚੰਗੀ लगनी है अपने बच्चे की कदा ना हो ओ लोगों ने बच्चे इतने ये चंगे इतने असन सलाम दुआ करने असने बच्चे तक को किसा ने नो असने कल्चर ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ ਅਸਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜਲਦੀ ਪੋੜੀ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਨੀਡ ਟੂ ਨਰਚਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚੇ की ਦੱਸਣਾ इंशाल्लाह तुसा की भी मौका लबना चाहिए ना तुसा भी अपनी जिंदगी को बनाओ अपने बच्चे की दूर ना करो कोल रखो अपना बच्चा मुड़ी तो तुसा की आर्ट है बिकॉज तुसा ना बच्चा तुसा नहीं पहचान है so that's how I see it
thank you very much दूसरी गल ये है कि ਜਿਹੜੀ तुसा अगे इंग्लिश ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸਾਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਉਸਨੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਚ ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਬਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਬੰਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਾ ਅਸਾਂ ਨੇ ਲਿਸਨਰ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰ ਤੋਂ ਸੁਣੀ ਰਹੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੀ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਸ ਕੀ ਗੱਲ ਚ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਚੈਰਿਟੀ ਕੰਮ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਰਨੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ बच्चियां की तुसा कोच करने हो तुसा जड़ा ना 4000 बच्चियां की जड़ा ना फिलहाल इनकी ट्रेनिंग भी दी है उसने अलावा भी जड़ा तुसा चैरिटी ने काम करी रही हो वो आज़ाद कश्मीर ने जड़े बंदियां की तुसा किस तरह हेल्प करी रही हो मदद करी रही हो चैरिटी ने जरिए
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अल फजल प्रोजेक्ट जड़ी है असनी अल फजल एम्बुलेंस है मेरे हस्बैंड उठा हेड टीचर रहे रीड फाउंडेशन वास्ते सन सो उन्ना की वो एक्सपीरियंस है चैरिटी वर्क द सपोर्ट करने ना उन्ना मिकी ये भी दसिया सी असा सोचा सी कोई असा चंगा कम करा अपनी कम्युनिटी को कुछ वापस दिया इतना असा अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वो किता तो मिकी तो बहुत खुशी होनी जे आपने असा बंदियां वास्ते भी करा अगे टुरा असा सेटअप किता अल फजल एम्बुलेंस ए मेरे दादे ने ना आया तो असा जिले सेटअप किता असा ये तक या असा मेडिकल सर्विसेज फ्री ट्रांसपोर्ट प्रोवाइड करा जेरे फैमिलियां की उन्ना वास्ते नी ओ पे करी किन्ने उन्ना वास्ते ए वो मुश्किल टाइम होना आया तो उन्होंने वास्ते ये होना सी है एक सहूलत बना उन्हें ट्रांसपोर्टेशन लब्भी जाए ओ जरा क्रिटिकल बंदा उसी है उन्हें अस्पताल तक पहुंचाई छोड़ा इतना करने सा असने हर साल ये कोशिश होनी असने ज़कात जरे उन्हें सदका जारी है जरा असा की मिलना है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह फिर रमजान टाइम ज्यादा सपोर्ट लबनी है असा फिर मुड़ी तक वो असा सारा डोनेशन होना असने सर्विसेज वास्ते जे एम्बुलेंस ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਸਾਂ ਫੈਸਿਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਅੰਦਰ ਆ ਆਕਸੀਜਨ ਅਸਾਂ ਸਪਲਾਈ ਹੋਣਾ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਚਰ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਹੈ ਫੂਨਰਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਵੀ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਸੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆਉਣੀ ਹੈ
ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਐਂਬੂਲੈਂਸ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਇਲਾਕੇ ਚ ਕਵਰ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਕੋਈ
मेन एक इलाके तो नहीं है बेस्ड अनकरने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह एवरीवेयर दूर तक रात या 24/7 से
तुसा की दा बेहतर पता है कि इत्थे जड़े ना आजाद कश्मीर ने जड़े ना माशाल्लाह खैरी मेरी बंदे इन बर्मिंघम विच ता आजाद कश्मीर ने बंदे पूरी दुनिया विच फैले हुए ये तो नहीं कि एक जगह ने एंड अंकर ने स्पेशली अंकर ने में माशाल्लाह साने लोकल इलाके विच अंकर तो बंदे बो आए विन एंड अगेन सारे नी ख्वाहिश होनी है कि अपने इलाके ने कोई थोड़ी मदद करा कि थोड़ी कोई ना कोई मदद उत्थे जारी रहे सो जड़ी तुसां एम्बुलेंस सर्विस है अंकर कवर करनी है डडियाल कवर करनी है मेजॉरिटी डडियाला ने भी इतने बंदे बो आए कि मीरपुर शहर करने के कवरेज करने
इस्लामाबाद आजाद कश्मीर उत्थे सेटअप है असा नंबर कॉन्टैक्ट लाया वा ये या लोकल कम्युनिटी की दसने या जिस कुछ की टाइम में ज़रूरत है प्लीज़ ड्राइवर की फ़ोन करो या जो रब्ता करो हमारे हस्बैंड नाल फिर इंशाल्लाह ये अवेलेबल हुई होनी एम्बुलेंस तक पहुंचाई होनी इस्लामाबाद रावलपिंडी पेशावर तक भी एम्बुलेंस पहुंची गई है जितना फैमिलीज होने असा इतना भी बुझाया जेरे कोई उन्हें को बंदे जो ड्राइव हो जाने तो उन्ना की मुड़ी से चले उन्होंने बॉडी लाश आने और वापस मुड़ी तो उन्होंने फैमिली आने फिर असा ने इतने ग्राएं दफनाओ करो सो बू असा सहूलतां प्रोवाइड कीतियां असा ते क्या कोई बंदे ना जिन्हें डायलिसिस वास्ते खरे क्लिनिक्स वास्ते अपॉइंटमेंट्स वास्ते खरे सो बू इतनी फैसिलिटीज बनी गई अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बू असा की नाइस लगना है फीडबैक बू नाइस होना जेरी असा की दुआ है वो है असा आखने मेन वो चीज़ है एक सदका जारिया हो गया
तुसां ग्रैंडफादर वास्ते सदका जारिया चाहिए कि तुसां जेह्ड़ा ध्याड़ी भी कम करने हो जेह्ड़ा वॉलंटरी कम करने हो तुसां कंटिन्यूसली स्पैशली जेह्ड़ा ना असां अपनी जबान विच आखने आं कि भाई जेह्ड़ा असां जित्थै साढ़ा रियाज सी साढ़ा जंपल सी ओह् तुसां भुल्लेआ कोनी ना एह् ते निं ना कि तुसां वलायत उठी आई हो माइग्रेशन दे थ्रू तुसां दी जेह्ड़ी हालात बेहतर होई गए एह् बरे तुसां अपना घर भुल्लेआ कोनी ना इ'यै गल्ल होना इंसान इ'यै कोई जेह्ड़ा थोड़ा मुच करना रवै थोड़ा मुच कम्युनिटी ने कम्म करना रवै तुसां भी जेह्ड़ा करने हो लगे हुए रवै अनकरना ना ते स्टैबलिश है चलना एंड आहिस्ता आहिस्ता तुसां एक किस्म दी इंस्पिरेशन देई रही हो बंदियां कि भाई असां करी सकने आं जिस अग्गें तुसां गल्ल कीती है कि सौखा नहीं सी कम्म जेह्ड़ा जित्थै तक तुस पहुंचे हो पर तुसां दे थ्रू जेह्ड़ा तुसां स्कूल विच जाने हो टीचरां नाल मिलने हो बच्चियां की तुसां प्रेजेंटेशन करने हो भाई तुसां शो करी रही हो कि भाई एह् सौखा नहीं है पर मैं करी किंदा होर भी कोई करी
सही गल्ल आई थिंक ये इंसान की तकना चाहिए ना एक टाइम है तुसां ने एक जिंदगी है तुसां ने इस जिंदगी कुछ ना कुछ करी जाओ असा इस दुनिया पर आए हुए हैं हमारे आपने भरा ना देव का ऑटिज्म सो जिले मैं उन्हें ही तकनी है तो मैं सोचनी हाँ अल्लाह उन्हें इस तरह बनाया दे कांट डू एवरीथिंग बम्बी की तरह अल्लाह ठीक ठाक रखे होना जब हमारे मैं सेहतमंद मैं किया ना करी किन्नी मैं किया ना दुनिया ना टुरी किन्नी मैं कोई मुकाबला ना करी किन्नी जी अपना नाम ना सा मैं अपनी फैमिली भी सपोर्ट होती है प्राइड होती है ये तक क्या बस जरा टाइम है करी जाओ आई नो एक होना है और बच्चे ना होना है ठीक है इन्हें की प्रासा बड़े उसन शादी हो जैसी अपनी फैमिली बस इट्स सर्कल है सेम सर्कल सेम स्टोरी बट किया नहीं कोई डिफरेंट कुछ ना करा है बिकॉज जिला कोई तक ना कोई इंस्पायरेशन अपनी हिस्ट्री ने विच असा किया असने इतने चंगे असने लेजेंड्स ना असने रोल मॉडल्स ना उन्ना किया सब तक ना उन्ना क्या करी गए आपने अपने मुल्क वास्ते अस की खुशी होनी चाहिए ओलंपिक्स कॉमनवेल्थ तक को जिले अपने मुल्क वास्ते रिप्रेजेंट करने मेडल नहीं लबना पूरी दुनिया उठी तक नहीं इस्लाम देनी है ये चीज होनी है ये इस फीलिंग ने पीछे इंसान बू अपनी मेहनत करना ये नहीं है हाली सिर्फ अपना नाम बनाए या पैसे बनाए या कुछ जरा ये फीलिंग है ना जो प्राइड होने ना तो कोई तुसा की तक की है ना माशाल्लाह व्हाट यू डन इज गुड करी जाओ ये चीज होनी है बिकॉज हमारा एम है कुछ और बच्ची की इंस्पायर करा कुछ और बच्चे की आहा तुसा भी अपने बच्चियां की अगे ठोरो बस ये मेन चीज है पॉजिटिव ना दुनिया रो अपनी खुशी करो
एंड अगेन तुसा जिस तरह गल भाई है कि जेड़ा तुसा रोल मॉडल हो तुसा तको ना है कि जे असां जेह्ड़ी आपस विच गल्लबात लगी हुई है थोड़ी देर होई की है एह् असां अग्गें चलने आं आइडिया सोचने आं क्या पता असां इन्हां बच्चियां तो कोई ना कोई सुनी कि ना तां yeah that's fantastic idea I want to do that and again तुसां अगले जनरेशन वास्ते तुसां इक किस्म दी इंस्पिरेशन करी रही हो त्यार करी रही हो उनकी तैयारी करी रही हो कि भाई इन्ना कीता हुआ है ठीक है असां भी इ'यै करी सकने आं तां अग्गों जेह्ड़े तुसां की जे कोई बच्ची कोई आखा कि या मैं पसंद करनी है कैस ने बारे च किस तरह कोई उन्होंने राबता बनी सकना वा कि इंफॉर्मेशन लेने ना या इन्वॉल्व होने ना एट एन अर्ली स्टेज
और स्पोर्ट्स ने जेह्ड़े कोई एरिया दे विच करने जाने उन्हें लोकल क्लब्स होने लोकल कॉन्टैक्ट लिस्ट होने ऑनलाइन तक की किन्ने अजकल हर बच्चे कोल भी फोन है ऑनलाइन तक की किन्ने लोकल जेह्ड़ा क्लब है उत्थू ज्वाइन करी किन्ने या स्कूल्स ने विच होना स्कूल्स ने की कॉन्टैक्ट्स होने ओह् हर टाइम अग्गें जाई किन्ने इफ नॉट इंशाल्लाह कॉन्टैक्ट मी हमारी कोशिश ये होती है असा उन्ना की चंगे कोर्सेज पर कोई हर बंदा खेलना नहीं चाह रहा है maybe they just want a career
कितना कोई कमिटमेंट देना पड़ा कि ऑब्वियसली सोचना पड़ा कि कराने वाला आता है इन बच्चियां पढ़नियां भी हैं कितना कोई रफ आइडिया होना चाहिए ना कि शुरू तो माशाल्लाह तुसा तो बुक कमिटमेंट देता पर स्टार्ट होने वास्ते कि यस यू नो ये मैं करना चाह रही हूं कितना होना चाहिए ना कमिटमेंट
आई थिंक कुछ एक रात एक हफ्ते नहीं होनी एक शाम होनी ट्रेनिंग सो गो टू ट्रेनिंग तक को जी तुसा की चीज चंगी लगनी या नहीं फिर उत्थू होना तुसा की सिलेक्शन होनी टीम ने विच जिला टीम ने विच खेरो फिर ओ तुसा की दसन ओ इस समर ने विच इतने फिक्सचर्स ना तुसा इत्था पहुंचना इस टाइम पहुंचना फिर तुसा की आइडिया होना वाकई में करी किन्ने ना करी किन्ने जिस समय तुसा गया है हमारे वास्ते थोड़ा लेट में चीज़ां कीतियां सन जिला मैं अपना कम करन पीसा उस जेड़े मैं तनहा नाल मैं फिर जाई ता अपनी ड्राइविंग करी ता मैं पहुंची जानी सा जिथा मैं पहुंचना सी बट ये और आया जे फैमिली भी सपोर्ट कर रहा है वो भी खरी किन्ने उन्ना की अग्गे पीछे कमिटमेंट बहुत देना पैना बट उसना एंड जरा फल होना ना you know it's very sweet
ਇਹ ਵੀ ਅਗੇਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਤੁਸਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਾਂ-ਬਾਪ ਦਾ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਦੇਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸਾਂ ਕੀ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ
ਸਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ
ਕਿ ਤੁਸਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸਾਂ ਡਰਾਈਵਿੰਗ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਤੁਸਾਂ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਤੁਸਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰੀ ਕੇ ਤੁਸਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਈਵਨਿੰਗ ਹੈ 1 day a week ਹੈ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਫਿਰ ਸੈਟਰਡੇ ਸੰਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਸਾਂ ਗੇਮ ਵੀ ਖੇਡੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਅਗੇਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਅਸਾਂ ਨੇ ਟ੍ਰੈਡੀਸ਼ਨਲੀ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਣਾ ਜੀ ਮਹਿੰਦੀ ਮਾਣੀਆਂ ਚਾਲੂ ਹਫਤੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਹਰ ਤਾਂ ਸ਼ਾਦੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਰਿਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਅਸਾਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਾਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਖਤਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਹੋਣੀਆਂ ਤਾਂ ਅਸਾਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਾਦੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਹੋਣ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਕਲਚਰਲ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਲੱਗਾ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਲੈਣ ਦੇਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਐਕਸਟੈਂਡਡ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਨਾਲ ਕਲਚਰ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਆ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜ਼ਹਿਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖੀ ਗਿਆ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਲ ਇਹ ਸਵਾਲ ਕੀਤੇ ਸਨ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸੋਹਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੋ ਅਗੇਨ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਕਵਰ ਕਰੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਮਾਸ਼ਾਅੱਲਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ you've achieved English and you've achieved the highest in your level at this quality and you've held a full-time job everybody can't achieve that ਤਾਂ ਆਖਣੇ ਨਾ English ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਆਖਣੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜੇ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ ਵਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਵੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਵਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ ਪਰ ਵੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਮਿਲਣੀ ਸੀ ਫਿਰ ਕੱਲਿਆਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟਰੈਵਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਇਹ ਸੌਖਾ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ
ਸਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ I think it's trust
ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਕਿ I was out for note today ਕਿ zero match that's it I'm gonna ਉਹ ਕੋਈ ਵੇਲਾ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਗਿਆ look that's enough now I can't do anymore
ਬਹੁਤ ਟਾਈਮ ਸੀ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਈ ਗੇਮ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚਦੀ ਸਾਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਦਿਹਾੜ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ਾਇਆ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਕਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਗਈਆਂ ਕਿਆ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ हमारे अंदर किया इतना होना है जे फिर एक जज्बा होना फिर मुड़ी ता जासा खेरसा but I think एक टाइम सी है जेरी इंग्लैंड कैप्टन आई सी है शार्लेट एडवर्ड्स उस अच्छी तरह हमारा बैट यूज किया सी तो उस भी मैं आई सी सलमा what you do मैं तुम्हारे बारे मिगी पता है मिगी कुछ पाया वा एक टाइम की याद सी मैं जिले MCC वास्ते खेली सा मैं लोड्स ने भी खेली सा एक गोली सी मारना खेली पिछले भूमि की मारी तारीफ करनी सी मैं करी करी सोचा इतनी किया करनी भी मैं इसा नहीं टीम है जहाँ खेलनियां भी इतने में परफॉर्मेंस करनी बाद कुछ समय पाया वो अंडर 16 नी इंग्लैंड सिलेक्टर है उस लाए मैं 20 years old इतना सी लगिया सी वो इतनी इम्प्रेस सी एक कुड़ी को था सी असला इंग्लैंड वास्ते या जा बॉलर लड़ने पे इतना फिर दिल च भी खुशी होनी तो फिर थोड़ा दुख होना जे वाकई मैं परफॉर्म करी कि नहीं बिकॉज एक टाइम ऑल्सो सी इनवाइट किया उसने इंग्लैंड नी टीम नाल ट्रेनिंग कितना जिले मैं उन्ना नाल बॉलिंग करनी सा तो बैटिंग में सोचनी सा जरा ओ स्पीड बॉल करने मैं भी करी किन्नी जिस तरह ओ खेलनिया पिया मैं भी खेलनी पिया मैं बैट्समैन की भी ट्रबल देनी पिया ओ भी देने पे फिर मैं आपने सोचा कुछ सारा किस्मत भी होनी है एंड यू थिंक स्काई स्पोर्ट्स फिल्मिंग करने पे मिकी भी तकने पे उन्ना ने पर ज्यादा तवज्जो है फिर बंदे की थोड़ा अंदाजा हो जाना वाकई मिकी थोड़ी जी और स्पोर्ट लब्बैर कुछ सही मिकी दसा ये इत्था जे ता खेल या इन्ना बंदियां नाल मिलना पैना सी ता इत्था परफॉर्मेंस करनी इत्थू कोचिंग करवानी है फिर तुकी चांस लभना सी पर ये सब लर्निंग है
पर अगर मैं तुसा ना तकिया सी जेड़ा लोकल न्यूज़ प्रोग्राम है Warwickshire Edgbaston cricket ground उतना में तकिया सी तुसा ना and I thought gosh that's an inspiration but तुझे पता है जल्दी ध्यान लगी होनी है राइट कमे करी कर छोटी भी तक जरा फ्लिक थ्रू करो just in it one ear out the other or going and I thought hang on a minute that can't be easy and mashallah I'm really privileged to be sitting with you and talking to you about it anyway यार बंदा नहीं कुछ करी सकता for what you've achieved at this level and तुसानी कौम की message क्या हो सीधा but in a nutshell community की तुसां क्या ही सकरी हो क्या गाइडेंस दे सकरी हो to say तुसां कुथा ट्रेनिंग की है कितना टाइम देता है and कुथा तक पहुंची हो you've got the BEM award where you'd like to see yourself कि क्या तुसां अपनी ज़बान चाहते हैं कि तुसां क्या सनिया कौम की देने चाह रहे हो
because ये जिसे तुसां दस्या ना जिले मैं जे तक खेलनी सा वो चीज़ां बेकार मिस कीतियां सन या खाना बनाना ये चीज़ां मैं दिलाई सा या बाहर फैमिली की मिलना शादियां च मिक्स होना इवन सोशल जरा बच्चियां की असा करना ड्रेट मैने तक जाना इन्ना चीज़ां मैं दूर रहनी सा तो मैं सोचनी सा नो आज मैं स्पोर्ट्स खेलना
आज मैं तुसा वीकेंड सैक्रिफाइस करी के तो तुसा अपना काम करने सो जेड़े होने ना ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀਜ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ मैसिव सैक्रिफाइस
सही
की है तब पहुंचे हो ना
इतना सिया कुशल हमारे कोई सहेलियां भी को नहीं सन जे वो आखने सना चलो बाहर जुला ये फिल्म को तक समय दिला छोड़ा सी मारा टाइम जाया होना पिया मिकी बस ये दिसिया सी मैं गोल सेट किते हुए मैं उन्ना के अचीव करना जिला आई थिंक जिला मिकी 2-3 अवार्ड लब्बे फिर मिकी इतना होया जे मैं अपना नाम बनाना मैं अगे जाना बस अगे पीछे नहीं तकना सो ये चीज मैं इस चीज रही हाँ मैं ये भी दसिया बैलेंस किया जी ठीक है मैं अपना स्पोर्ट्स खेली हाँ हर बंदा खेली हाँ इट्स नॉट लाइक अ करियर बिकॉज अपने लोग अपने खेल है ये कोई इसने पैसे नहीं लभने या इतना कोई ना नहीं बनना बट ये भी मैं दसिया अपनी जेह्ड़े नर्सिंग कीती है
वो तुसा करियर बनाई के दसिया ना उत्थों फिर तुसा पैसे नर्सिंग नाल पैसे कमाई के फिर तुसा आपू खर्चा किया फिर जाने रही हो ये भी अगेन सौखा तो नहीं ना कि जेड़ा तुसा जेड़ा ना पूरा हफ्ता कम करी के वीकेंड होनी है रेस्ट मारो तुसा इवनिंग जेह्ड़ी है ट्रेनिंग भी करनी हो फिर तुसा जेड़ा तारे खेलने दे हो जेड़ा वो भी यू नो सौखा तो नहीं ना
सही मैं ये सोचा एक विंडो सी उसने मैं अपनी मेहनत करा अपने एजुकेशन बैलेंस करा ये सब मैं ये सोचा सी सेटल डाउन होने तो पहलू बिकॉज इंशाल्लाह जिला मैं सेटल डाउन हो सा अपनी फैमिली हो सी बच्चे हो सन ये चीज़ा मैं मुड़ी तक सा बिकॉज ये चीज़ा वापस में ना करी किन्नी एक टाइम सी है हमारी 2 बच्चियां माशाल्लाह होई किया सन तो मिकी चांस लब्बा सी ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने टीम आई भी सी खेलने वास्ते तो उन्होंने खिलाफ खेलना मैं गई सा खेलने वास्ते मिकी दिल लगा को नहीं सी खुशी जो मैं अच्छी खेलनी है मैं इतनी अपने बच्चियां की मिस किता फिर मिकी सोचा वाकई आई लव माई स्पोर्ट्स but one मारे लव चेंज हो गया and वो भी अपने बच्चों वास्ते so अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह एक बैलेंस होना है and I think जिला बंदा ग्राउंडेड होना रियलिटी उसकी पता है आज ठीक है अपना नाम भी बनाई किंदा अपना करानी भी सोचना है अपनी जिंदगी उन्हें क्या टुरनी and I think ये कम्युनिटी को प्रूव करना yes करसा और औरत करसी और ती करसी अपना कार भी उसकी है बसाने ना करना है ये भी खुशी होनी है ये नहीं है मैं जो वेस्टर्नाइज हो गया मैं गोरियां ना मारा बूट उड़ना सी है या मैं उन्ना और मैं बोलना चोलना फिर भी मैं सोचा नो बिकॉज जिला मैं क्रिकेट खेलनी होनी सा और बंदा आखना होना सी गोरे भी आने उस एशियन गर्ल है वुस्टरशायर जे तक खेरा आखन ये अपनी कुड़ी है ब्राउन गर्ल है वो नेगेटिव होते आखने सन तो हमारे दिल च होनी सी ये सारे गोड़े ना मैं ये केशन ना ये हमारे वास्ते प्राइड फीलिंग होनी सी सो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह यू टर्न इट अराउंड इस तरह कम्युनिटी की प्रूव करना है जे आपने खुशी हो आप प्राउड हो तुसा कुथु आए हुए हो तुसा ने रूट्स क्या तुसा कुथु आए हुए तुसा स्पोर्ट्स क्या है तुसा अपना नाम रोशन करो एंड की यानी हर बंदे की ये अपॉर्चुनिटी लभनी चाहिए है हर बंदे की एक मौका होना चाहिए हर बंदे की एक ऑप्शन है सो इंशाल्लाह अपनी जिंदगी कुछ ना कुछ बनाई जाओ
थैंक यू वेरी मच बहुत शुक्रिया जेड़ा तुसां आए हो अज असां नाल जेह्ड़ी है टाइम ना तो पता ही नहीं चलिया तो मैं जेह्ड़े ना कमेंट्स भी तक माशाल्लाह बंदे बहुत जेह्ड़ी ना तुसां दी तारीफ करी दी है उन्हें मैंशन किया ने कि माशाल्लाह जेह्ड़ी तुसां दी चंगी डिस्कशन अज जाई रही है माड़ी ये ख्वाहिश होनी है कि जेह्ड़े इ'यै जे कोई प्रोग्राम करो पहला तो जेह्ड़ा ना एह् जेह्ड़ा प्रोग्राम जेह्ड़ा करने आह्ला एक तरीका होना कि जेह्ड़ा ना जेह्ड़ी कोई इंफॉर्मेशन मिले तुसां की सारियां दस्सो सारियां चीज़ां दस्सो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बंदियां की दस्सो कि क्या करी रही हो पर माशाल्लाह माड़े वास्ते नहीं इट्स बहुत अच्छी अचीवमेंट है कि मैं तुसां जेह्ड़ा ना फर्स्ट एशियन वुमेन क्रिकेट टीम फर्स्ट एशियन अंपायर सीनियर कोच तुसां 10 अवार्ड मिले तुसां की BEM भी मिलिया and the best thing about it for me and जेह्ड़े मिकी जानदे ना उन्ना की वो अंडरस्टैंड करी देन कि I कश्मीरी औरत की जड़ा ना मैं जड़ा ना इंटरव्यू करी लिया for me it's a massive achievement and माशाल्लाह I wish you all the very best तो तुसां दा बहुत शुक्रिया जड़ा तुसां आए हो अज कीमती वक्त के दी कि शाम नाल टाइम है शाम नाल टाइम जड़ा ना कोई 5 मिनट 9 बजने की इत्थै इंग्लैंड विच ते एह् सोहा नहीं है कि भाई तुसां जेह्ड़ा ना शामी ने टाइम असां कल्चर विच तुसें पता है कि होना है कि बच्चें नाल बेही के रोटी शोटी खाओ फिर बच्चें की जेह्ड़ा ना तुसां वाइंड डाउन करो फिर उनेंगी शामी टाइम पर उनेंगी सलाओ एंड द फैक्ट दैट तुसां असां नाल एह् करी रही हो अगेन बहुत शुक्रिया जेह्ड़ा तुसां इत्थै आए हो एंड as I said I will go into English and just quickly thank everybody for listening into our program today. Please make your comments.
Any last message you want to
and
give out there?
what we'll do is we'll ask Salma to make one last message in English as well. I know I've covered it in our Pahari language, but I think it's important for people to understand that we're trying to do a deliberate mix of the two languages, because there are many people listening into this program. But what would your final message be in English?
I say to all my listeners and supporters, I appreciate the love and support that you've given me. I'm not perfect. I probably have achieved so much in my life. This was my journey. I had to deal with it. Everyone has a journey of their own. Go out there, make a name for yourself, and be proud of who you are. There's a lot of things in me that my self-confidence, self-esteem is going to knock me down. But everyone is unique. You are your own person. Enjoy every moment of your life. Even the negative things in life are going to turn you around and make you stronger and a better person. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do something in life. So go out there, make the most of your time that you have. Life is so short. I see that every day with my nursing role. And yes, just appreciate, give love, have a good time, and just enjoy, carry on supporting. And I really appreciate everybody here today.
No,
thank you so much for inviting me tonight, because it's given me a chance to share my story. And it's people like you that set up a platform like this to help me share that. Otherwise, who else? If I don't get that support, how can I share? And I just be a closed book. So alhamdulillah, and thank you so much for having people like you that give us that opportunity. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Salma. One final word from me is to thank everybody. Thank the management team at Radio Awaaz who give me an opportunity to host events like this. Inshallah, there'll be another surprise guest next week. And please keep the comments coming, and if there's anything that you want us to cover, any local issues, any current affairs, please drop us a line, and inshallah we will cover that off. Once again, www.awaaz.co.uk, and you can tune in on the Radio Garden app at any time and revisit this conversation and re-listen to it. And please make sure, obviously, these type of services are supported, and we would like the business community to advertise, and more importantly, we can accommodate you in any language, any dialect. As you know, this channel has some 12 presenters in different languages. Mashallah, we will be able to accommodate you, and speak to Ikram Mirza Sahab, and he will certainly do his best to accommodate you at a very competitive rate. And the mobile number is 079 44 808 141. Once again, I'd like to thank you very much for your time, and wish you all the very best, and may Allah Ta'ala look after you all. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz.